Hello, this is Dr. Embody. Today we're going to take a look at file handling, opening, reading, writing to a file, and exceptions. And the example that we'll use is we're going to read in a little file, count the words in the file, and write out to another file the count that we have. So let's take a look at an example here to start. So here's a little piece of code that you have already seen. And in this code, we are going to prompt, enter a file to open, which will come in as a string. And we'll take that string and we will open the file for reading. And if we successfully open it, we're in a try. If we're successfully open it, then we'll just print, hey, I opened the file. And then down here, I've just put a throwaway line just to see that where we go moving on. Now suppose that we are unsuccessful. So we've read in the file into the file string, and we try to open it and it fails. Instead of doing the print line, we will now go down to the except of an IO error and print, hey, the opening failed, and then we'll go off and say moving on, just something to do. So let's take a try at running this. Enter a file to open, and I'll just put in something that I know doesn't exist. And what does our code do? It says the file opening failed. If we go back to our code, we take a look at it, we can see that we input a string, we tried to open it, it failed, we had the exception, and we said file opening failed, moving on. Let's run it again. All right, and this time I will actually give it a file to b.txt. And that file exists, and so this time when we open the file, it says it succeeded, so it goes on and it prints the file. So what I'd like to do, a better solution would be to put this try except inside of a loop. So we'll take this piece of the code, shift it over, and now put that inside of a while loop. And let's put a boolean, while not done. And if I'm going to have something, a boolean like done, I'd better give it an initial value. And so done will be false until we succeed, and then done, we will call done true. So I want to keep trying until I succeed. So what part of the code are we looking at? Well, here, if I successfully open the file, I will print it. So there we will have succeeded. So as soon as I succeed, I want to change my done from false to true, and then I will exit my loop. So let's put that change in. So now, after I print, done will be true. We'll go to the top of the loop. While not done, that'll be false, and I'll exit the loop. What happens if I don't? Well, if I don't succeed, then what I want to do is keep asking again for another file. So I have I print the file error. So now I'm asking again, and I'll stay in this loop until I get the right file. So let's try that again. Enter a file to open. If I give it XXX, it will fail, and then it will ask again. File opening failed, try again. And I can just keep doing this until I finally give it a file that exists, and then we move on. So here's how I can keep asking for the input until they get us one where the file opens correctly, and at that point we flip my Boolean from false to true, and then that changes the Boolean expression in the while loop, and we exit. So that's a little bit of a start.